Mariners 4, Padres 7. Just wanted to talk about a few of the things that happened on Saturday night in this game where the Mariners lose this home series to the Padres. Not the best start to this homestand that you'd like to see, but did actually play quite well. Out hit the Padres 8-7. Out hit them on expected batting average 279 to 246. I wasn't able to actually watch this game because I'm still on my trip. I get back later tonight and we'll be able to do later tonight a more comprehensive recap for today's day game, another nationally televised game. Actually, it's a night game, but I'm going to be getting back into Seattle as it kind of finishes or a little bit after that. Um, yeah, you lose 7-4 though. Even though you win the expected batting averages and hits, so a little bit rare there. And the Padres had the lead the whole game pretty much. As soon as they took the lead in the second, they didn't give it up the whole time. And a 4-run fourth inning. Some real trouble for Logan Gilbert. It looks like he got a bit unlucky. Looking at this box score again. I didn't watch the game, so I'm just looking at the data. Similar to if you guys didn't watch the game, what you're seeing right here is what I'm seeing. Logan Gilbert, 6 2/3 innings. He makes it through that much with 97 pitches, but he gives up 3 homers. So a little bit of poor luck. 7 hard hits on 97 pitches. It wasn't everybody who was hitting him hard. It was just a couple times. And it was, Gavin Sheets, who's been super hot for them. Nick Castellanos has also been super hot. And then Rodolfo Duran catching. Don't know enough about Rodolfo Duran to say exactly why that happened. But let's look at Gilbert. Start with Gilbert, then go to Walker. So with Gilbert, right, what is going on with Logan Gilbert? 4-seam slider, splitter, curveball, changeup, cutter. He really was a 3-pitch guy, and then 3 of his pitches less than 10% of the time here. The velocity kind of in line with what you expect, if not up on some of these other pitches. But yeah, it just feels like he doesn't really have a dominant pitch right now. 7 swinging strikes on 29 sliders is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Then the 4 on the 25 splitters. The slitter combo was really what was working for him. And you even look at the average EV, 84.7 on the day. That's fantastic. 14 swinging strikes on 97 pitches. If you were to just show me this right here, I'd be shocked to hear that he ended up giving up 7 earned runs. So it definitely seems like a little bit of bad luck. I don't want to read too far into this. That 33 pitch fourth inning, where, to say what happened, I would need to go actually watch the game. So this is going to be a little bit of a blind spot for me, and in terms of my analysis of Logan Gilbert and the Mariners, and that's fine to admit, right? Not everybody's going to watch every single game. You might miss one and not know exactly what happened, and that's just the case here. It's like I don't know why. The slider and splitter looked like they were pretty awesome. Low average EVs, high swing and strike rates, and then yet he gets blown up. The fastball, I guess you could point to the fastball. Then he throws 2 cutters. One of them is a 97.2 mile an hour hard hit. Maybe that's one of the homers. But looking at that, and then the actual pitch mix itself, I do want him to be able to use these other weapons more. I don't know if he allowed this hard hit and then got scared to use the cutter or what, but I honestly think this is just another blip. I know I've said that quite a few times this season with Logan Gilbert, and even times where it's like, okay, there's something that might clearly be wrong with him. But in this one, I really don't see. If you watch this game and can let me know what happened to Logan Gilbert here, let me know down in the comments below what specifically happened. Did he just leave a couple up in the zone? Did he just leave a couple in the middle of the zone and got slugged on him? Here's this. I want to kind of narrow it down to see the results. And the homers, yep. There's Xander Bogaerts, or there's Nick. So Castellanos, Duran, and Sheets. It was the cutter, the 4-seam, and the slider. It's too bad. It looks like Gavin Sheets scares him off the cutter in any number 2. So that's too bad. Any number 7, Rodolfo Duran hits a homer. That's really annoying. A backup catcher hitting a homer like that in the 7th inning. You're trying to escape out of there. Already kind of an ugly line. Then Nick Castellanos. Again, it looks like two of these homers came with 2 outs, which is just, come on. I hate to be, a guy who's just looking at the luck, but when you don't watch the game, it's like you're beholden to the stats. This is, actually a pretty good practice for you guys. You can see what happens, Um, like when you don't watch the game, you are beholden to stats, and it's a good practice to actually show you guys what that looks like. As opposed to when I watch the game and you can clearly see that I'm mentioning all the moments from the game and seeing how the players react to things and how the players are carrying themselves. Walker Buehler comes in with a 7-pitch mix, emphasizes the cutter and the fastball. He goes three fastball approach, but they're all in the low to mid 90s, I guess, on the four seam and the sinker. Then the cutter is good enough to hold its own. 7 swinging strikes on 101 pitches, whereas Gilbert had twice that. And a worse average exit velocity, but the Mariners just did not do the damage they needed to. And he escapes out of there, 5 innings, 101 pitches, 8 hard hits. Worse in almost every metric of, and every StatCast metric than Logan, but escapes out of there with 2 earned runs. And I mean, that's baseball sometimes. And it also ends up beating him on the strikeouts, same number of walks. So sometimes stuff like that just happens. Then their bullpen comes in and absolutely shuts it down, except for Alec Jacob, who gives up 2 runs without coordinating out. On the offensive side, it looks like Josh Naylor had a good game here. Looks like JP Crawford had a good game. Again, let me know what you guys saw down in the comments below. I'm going to keep this one pretty short and sweet because we've got another game coming in a few hours. I'm going to get you guys the pregame probably from the airport as I'm on my way back to Seattle. And that's when the lineups is going to be out. I know I didn't get the pregames out these last couple days. But yeah, the Mariners are in a spot where, look, mid-May is where people want to say, okay, now it's time to worry. But people have been trying to tell us that since mid-April. So am I going to believe it? And, no. We're going to roll till the All-Star break. And the Mariners always seem to turn it around at the All-Star break, or by the All-Star break. 3 games under 500 is not anything that I'm going to be super scared of. I see people talking about Logan Gilbert as if he's a big problem. Based on everything I see right here, there's really not that many pitchers who can post something like this. The pitch mix, is a little bit weird as opposed to where it is on the year, but nothing too out of the ordinary. He ups the splitter usage, the slider, 4-seam basically in line, and then downplays 3 of his other pitches just a little bit, kind of really minimizing the changeup and the cutter, which I would like to see the changeup and the cutter come back. I know those were it kind of took him a couple starts to get those acclimated early in the year. But it's after spending that time at the beginning of the year, getting the cutter and the changeup acclimated into the arsenal and making that part of your repertoire, it's now you're going to throw them to the side and then, in favor of maybe a win now, a get results quick approach, and you still don't get the results. So I think the lesson here is just to not put too much stock into what's working right now and play the long game. I think, I might just have to say, Mariners, the title of this video, I haven't even decided yet, because I'm recording it before the thumbnail. I think it's going to be Mariners bad luck lost to Padres. Mariners take bad luck lost to Padres. Mariners Logan Gilbert take bad luck lost to Padres, but set to play the long game. Something like that. So let's make that kind of the way that we approach this. And remember, as long as you go 1-0 every pitch, stay stoic and give all glory to God. You can't lose. I will be back again on, from the airport probably with the pregame, and then see you guys later tonight back in the home base setup for the postgame. Thanks for everyone who's been rolling with me through this week of less consistent content than you're used to, and can't wait. Let's have a good week this week. Starting with Sunday. Kind of ending off this series with the Padres. Avoid the sweep, steal a game back, and then let's go have a good week against the White Sox and some of these other teams. It's also Lucas Giolito's season debut today, so against the Mariners on Sunday Night Baseball, so that's going to be interesting. But I'll see you guys later. Go Ams.